Hello, how are you? What a lovely day we have here. It's quite windy, but that's all for the good because I'm tossing the hay. So I cut the hay a couple of weeks ago, and it has been sitting or just lying here in the meadow, and we've had quite a lot of sunshine and we've had a lot of wind, and those two things combined are great for drying things such as hay or such as turf, so really needed in this rural area. I'm just tossing the hay with the hay fork, and it lands and it will be exposed to the wind and the sun, and it will dry right through. And if I was saving this for horses or for cattle, they may not eat it if it wasn't 100% dry because it will go a bit mouldy. But this is just to put in the chicken run or under the chickens, and it's going to be fine. It's dry enough for that, and it's going to dry out more before we ever use it anyway. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Tossing the hay and raking it up, it's a lovely meditative practice like the scything was. The repetitive physical work, it just helps your mind to relax, and it helps your mind to wander, and you forget the things that are worrying because it's just too pleasant an occupation and too soothing an occupation, even though it's work. Now, I haven't really done this before because when I used to come as a child, my uncle would have done all this work and he would have had it raked up, and we were just there to make the haystack. So this is new to me, and I'm enjoying learning the new skills. Obviously, I've raked grass before when I've been strimming, but I'm doing it now with a specific purpose, and that just makes it a little bit different. Makes a little bit of a difference to the way I'm thinking as I'm working. And it's so lovely to smell that sweet, sweet fresh hay smell. In fact, I think I'll just stay out here and relax as I weave a druid's eye for a client. It's been a couple of weeks since I cut the grass here, and as you can see it's really lovely and golden and dry, and we've raked it a couple of times, and now I'm just gathering it together to make a little haystack in the traditional way that we did it when I was a child. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. I've been away for a week and the growth in the rest of this meadow is phenomenal, so it all needs to be trimmed once I get this haystack made. And the grass is coming up here again. Look, you can see there how long it's getting. So it all needs to be done again anyway. Okay, so I'm going to build my haystack here. It's reasonably level. And we have to make a base first of all, because we don't want the dried grass sitting on ground that could become damp. So I think, as far as I remember from my childhood, stones would be put down in a circle, and the hay would be resting on that. So I've got a couple of stones. They're not going to do much, but I have all these branches as well. So this, I'm going to make a little kind of a lattice with these, and they will just help to keep the grass, the lovely dried hay, off the ground. And if anybody who is in Connemara is watching, let me know what I'm doing wrong. I'm just thinking, we've got lots of pallets, we could use pallets as well. It's just a temporary thing to keep, oops-a-daisy Jazz, to keep the bottom from getting wet. And I just put this on as well, which is an old fence. Now when we were children, as this was being built, it has to be compressed. So you put the children on top and we would walk around the haystack, and it was such great fun because it was bouncy, it was trampoline-y, and there was always hundreds of little teeny tiny golden spiders, and they were so small and pretty, all golden, that we weren't, well, I wasn't frightened of them. And then the excitement as the haystack got taller and taller, obviously it became a narrower edge to stand on. So this is the first time I've made a haystack all by myself. I've always just been a helper, and that was a long time ago, so this is a novel experience. So you have to keep beating it down so that it kind of holds together. I don't want it to all collapse. So that's where the children come in handy. I suppose after investing in the scythe, and I explained why I wanted to use a scythe, the next obvious step is to create a haystack. And it's another way, for me anyway, of connecting with the ancestral past, the recent past, and it is just environmental interaction which is beneficial to me and to the land and to our chickens. And I just think it's really important for anybody to learn new skills, and but these skills, like making a haystack, my brother makes haystacks, he could tell me how to do it, but it's a skill that's dying. You know, the generations after me wouldn't really know how to do this. I only have an idea because I did it quite a lot as a child. And I think leaving these old practices behind do not do us any good, really, when you think that people today get their hay or straw shipped in from the other side of the country because they're busy doing other jobs because they need to bring in an income into their home. So it's 2 weeks since I did the scything, and I was away for a week on a Celtic druidic spiritual path doing some training. So I'll tell you all about that in the next film. Just want to whet your appetite. So I'm just gonna hop onto this just to press it down a bit more. See how bouncy it is? Imagine the fun we had as kids. So we want to put its hat on now to stop the rain getting to it. So this is an old bag from wool that was delivered. You get gravel and all sorts of things like that delivered in these bags as well. So we've cut it down and it's just going to sit over the stack. Whoops. Now it's got a stone on the four corners tied on. And that will keep the worst of the rain off, but still allow the wind to keep it aerated and dry it off if we do get a lot of rain. So that's only a tiny small stack. I mean, they would have been maybe, I don't know, what am I, 5, 6, they could have been 10, 12 foot tall when I was a child. So I can certainly add more to this when I finish scything this garden, or I could just make another little small one. So there you go, that's how we used to do it. I just feel, again, it's all about self-empowerment, so I feel a little bit more empowered now that I've got my chicken bedding if needed. So there we go. It's a lovely day, so I'm going to get the scythe out again and finish the rest of the garden. I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And have a look at the website danusirishherbgarden.com for more information about us and about the herbal medicine courses I offer and the Wise Woman Way training. And if you go to the shop, you can find the books, the weed handbooks and other herbal goodies. And remember, we put a new film out every Sunday. So looking forward to seeing you next week.